Let me tell you something. The only time we ever washed up was like if there was no hot water. So if there was no hot water, you know, we would boil water. We would boil water, and then of course you pour it in the sink and then you wash up. That's like the hot water heater in the building is out. That's the only time we wash up. The only time you wash up.
Well, here go the other question.
But like,
do you use a washcloth?
Hell yeah.
Okay, so Frank Ski say he don't use a washcloth, and people told
That's
him
some white people shit.
That's exactly what somebody said. That's
That
some white people
washing up
shit,
with
like with your soap
because
and whatever.
Think about it, like real talk. You're not getting.
You're not
Hold
exfoliating.
on. Yes. Thank you. You ever hand wash your face with just hand and soap, right? But then grab like a
washcloth and go behind it. It be still dirt on it.
The dirt be on it.
Still
So
on
what
there,
are you
right?
doing?
So what are you doing? My point exactly.
Right. Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome to a new week's episode of Black Taboo. I'm Harlem C.
Tricey Trice.
What's the deal, baby? What's good? Good to see you. Another week out here.
I know. I had a good weekend. What about you?
My weekend was alright. I didn't do too much of anything. What I do? I just chilled in the crib. Yeah, I didn't do much. What's up with you?
Celebrate one of my homegirls' birthday, and it was a little tiring because she wanted to do Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Shit.
I couldn't make it Saturday.
Shit, you sound like me during homecoming.
But
Damn.
it'd be a lot,
Right.
you know, especially if you have to get up and perform and work the next day.
Or work the day of.
And
like,
the day of.
Exactly.
And
so
the next day.
exactly.
And the next day.
All
so
that
it
turn
just
up.
get like, you can't do too much turning up because you got to think about it like, oh, okay, it's 1 o'clock. I got to be at work at 7, 8. It's time to go.
And then another round of drinks come and they make you take more shots.
Oh, no. When I'm done, I'm done.
Nah, not
I cuts
me.
it.
I'm easily
right away.
I'm easily influenced.
See, you
bring
hear
another
that, right?
Bring another round of drinks. I'm staying.
See, that's why you're going to be hurting the next day.
I'm drinking, yes, and then I'll be at work the next day.
Suffering,
like a mug,
hurting, drinking coffee.
Laying in the bed. What? Coffee in the morning, coffee at work all day. Yo, I be done. I know I be talking to people and they be like, this motherfucker is drunk as hell still. I can see it in his face.
You already know it.
Yep.
But I'm going to tell you, pizza is the best thing.
Pizza?
Pizza helps me out if I didn't have too much to drink. It works. Or just the grease. You think about it, in Las Vegas,
yeah,
in every corner there's a
little
pizza spot.
Yeah, true.
Why?
That.
Because of the grease and the cheese and the bread absorbs everything. It's the best thing.
Me and cheese and dairy products, we don't get along too well. Yeah, so I be like, yo, there used to be this little spot called Taco Cabana on it was over in the Lindbergh area. Man, we used to go there every night after we got drunk. Man, that Mexican food, man, some nachos or a good burrito. Ooh.
See,
go home and sleep like a baby. Absorb all that alcohol.
I know you do,
all
but
that tequila.
what you got going on today? Because I see snake skin,
got a little,
some ostrich,
a little snake skin on the sneakers.
And then I see
today.
something else going on under there. A little Hawaii. So he went from Thailand to Hawaii.
Floral action.
He's still on the West Coast.
You know what I'm saying? A little floral action today
and
on the
fluorescent
socks.
going on with the Nike sign.
Bam. You know, got
those
a
are fly
silver.
though. It got a lot going on. Put your collection up
you.
to the ceiling.
Yeah. It's getting close. Well, I got about I'm getting close to 300.
Oh God.
I'm getting close to
Don't
about
let
300.
your closet collapse in like mine.
Oh yeah, exactly. No,
right.
I have a room. I have a whole sneaker room. Like there's one room
That's
in
luxury.
my house.
I'm gonna get there one day. I'm gonna be like him one day. I'm gonna be like Harlem C one day.
It's planning and no kids. That's what it is.
I'm gonna be like Harlem C one day when my daughter goes to college and I still can't live that lifestyle because I gotta pay her tuition.
Right.
But what we gonna do today? What we talking about today?
Man, this is going to be jam-packed today with the topics because I think there was a lot of interesting things that came up during this week.
Yes.
And I think when we talked, I think a lot of other things kind of fell in line with what it did. So we're going to have to bring all of that into the fold. We're going to try to get to as much as we can. I know when we talk about it, we're going to come up with more stuff, but you know, it's definitely things that we need to talk about. So first on the plate for this week is if a person engages in sex or a sex act with someone of the same sex, does it automatically make them gay?
That is a question, but a lot of people have answered on it.
Exactly.
Yes.
And why don't we hold men and women to the same sexual standards?
It's a double standard, no.
As we both know. why do people hide their sexual preferences?
Because they need other things to get accomplished.
I got to have something else to do, so I'm not going to tell this person.
No, you're not.
I got you. And should you date a man and or woman, whatever you date, should their sexual preferences or experiences be equal to yours?
Got to teach each other.
I'll talk about that. And why is a beard so important? So if those who don't know, a beard is like a dude is gay and they marry a woman just for appearances, or the other way around. It can be the other way as well. Woman is gay, she goes with a man and brings him to events or marries him just to keep up the appearance of a heterosexual relationship.
But it happens.
Yeah, it happens probably more than we like to admit.
And of course, my juice box.
Oh my God.
We're going to close it out with that.
Juice box. I just want y'all to know I never know about these. This doesn't meet my approval ahead of time. So we got a jam-packed show. We will be right back so we can get right into it.
Yes, can't wait.
See y'all.
If you love them enough to do this, surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat. If you love them enough to do this, surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the right seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
Hi, I'm Peter, and there's nothing I love more than sharing vegetables with my friends.
Come on in! Help yourself to anything.
That's why we give our food the utmost respect it deserves. Did you know there are simple steps we can all take to help save food? You can cook it, store it, even share it. Just don't waste it. Because when it comes to food, better ate than never. To learn more, visit SaveTheFood.com.
It's good. Welcome back. Black Taboo again, Harlem C.
Trice.
And we're going to get right into this. So the first topic of the day is if a person engages in a sexual act or has sex with someone of the same sex, does it automatically make them gay? Let me hear it. What you got?
You know what? It's an opinion from a woman.
Okay.
And I know that the opinion from the people who engage in the same sex will say they're not if they tried it. If it's something that they tried and they didn't like it, they would say no. Because at the beginning, you have some gay people that try to have sex with the opposite sex and don't say that they're straight.
Okay, I got you.
So
it's not being held to the same standard.
It's not being held to the same standards.
Okay.
So it is a lot different, especially if you are the type of person that if you did it and you like it, you have to own it and say that I am this person and just be true to yourself.
That's true.
But a lot of people are not being true to themselves because they want to do a little bit of everything. But it's not the same. It isn't far as it's just not. And I know you have a different opinion about it.
I don't know. I don't want to get into a situation where I feel like I'm saying something just to not be hypocritical.
Right.
Like I think you can feel certain ways about certain things and not feel the way about it when it comes to certain topics. So if that makes you a hypocrite, whatever. But I think in this particular situation, now let me preface it by saying this. I understand where people come from when they say it. Like it's almost like kind of like how women eliminate the 2-minute brother or the bad dick report off of their sex resumes and be like, nah, that shit never happened.
But it did happen.
Right, but it did happen. And again, from last time I say that's why I either multiply by 2 or by 3, depending on what the number is.
What the number is, right.
So what I will say is this. I think I label it as being bi-curious. And I understand what was being said. Like, you know, you did it one time. How can you be classified into the category? But I will go back.
Even if you tried it twice.
Right, or twice.
Or 3 times.
Right, I get it. But at the same time, I still feel like because let me tell you, be honest, putting a dick in your mouth is like, that's a commitment. Like, that's like, you gotta do something.
You have to be attracted to that person. Right, you have to be attracted to the same sex. As a man or
a woman, you gotta do some shit to like be like, you gonna give a man a blowjob. Like, And that has to say that, like, that has
That's a
something,
lot.
right? That
And I don't even know if I can date a man that say he sucked a dick.
Right, exactly.
I
That
don't
says
think
something.
so.
That says something about
Like, you sucked a dick, really?
Yeah, like that should
Wow.
say something about
you sucking it better
you.
than me?
Right. Like that shit says something about you as a person. Like for you to get to that point to take that step, because there's a lot involved with doing that.
It
You know what I'm saying?
do. It
But
have to.
so I'll say that like. It should rightfully be questioned, in my opinion, because at the end of the day, for you to give another man some head, that shit takes some shit.
I mean, y'all had to be attracted to each
Right,
other.
you had to do
You had
something.
to.
You had to do
Even
something.
if you on your drunkest day.
Exactly.
If the alcohol influenced you,
Right.
like, come on now.
Exactly.
I mean, it's like, what do you
Yeah,
do?
that shit takes something. So I will say that. But it also it doubles into, just like you said, if you would look at a man crazy if he told you he sucked another man's dick.
And that's the reason why.
And we look at women who've eaten out another woman. It's like, oh, well.
And that goes to the next thing.
Exactly.
Why don't the same
The
sexual standards
standards-
apply
the
for both
standards-
men and women?
the standards
and it
don't
don't
sit the
because
same.
I think y'all get turned on when a woman is on a woman. Now, of course, if I see a man on a man, I'm be like, oh, they gay. But if
Yeah.
y'all see another female on another female, y'all gonna join in.
Right, listen.
And y'all gonna make it a threesome.
Listen.
But
Wait,
the
listen,
thing
listen,
about
wait,
it
wait.
is,
A
if a
woman-
man on a man, I don't want to touch it.
Listen, a woman having sex with another woman is something that people want to be a part of.
Right.
Women and both men. Like, that's like, damn, two girls together? Oh, that's hot.
jumping
that's
in.
That's sexy. That's erotic and shit.
And-
from both men and women. Both men and women.
I would say
Hold
that.
up.
I would say.
Who look at two women together being sexually engaged with each other, it's something you want to be a part of. It's something you want to take part in. Don't nobody think that about two men.
No, we don't.
Straight men.
I saw two
straight
guys
women,
sharing a plate of food, and I
And
was
do-
like,
ex-
oh, they shouldn't even be sharing a plate of
exactly.
food. But
Men-
then as we dancing with each other, you know, I went out this weekend, and we dancing on each
Yeah.
other, feeling
We
on each
all
other.
right.
The
We-
guys sitting back
we be
like,
like,
ooh, they just
yeah.
get real excited and juicy
oh,
about
yeah,
it.
I'm about to get. I want to get in the middle of
Oh,
that
they was
sandwich, you know what I'm
trying.
saying?
They was
Right,
trying.
Exactly.
But it's
something- listen,
different.
two women is something that everybody wants to be a part of. Two men, nobody wants to
no.
be a part of.
That's where the
It's
double
only one-
standards
right, it's
come
only-
into.
Exactly. It's one segment of people that want to be a part of that, and that's gay men.
That's
Gay
it.
men would want to be a part of men being together. Heterosexual men, gay women, gay men, like heterosexual men, when they see two women together, it's like, oh,
Oh,
shit.
it's a party.
Oh, it's a party.
It's
oh,
a
we
party,
about to
it's
get
a
in
party.
there. It's something to be a part of. It's something that you
But I
you
think
can
we're
look
more
at.
open. Women are more open to be in public and kiss and dance on one another.
Right.
Two guys ain't gonna be openly doing that
women
at
can-
all.
women-
because there's a stigma that comes
Yes,
with it.
there's stigma attached to men interacting with men.
That's it.
Versus women
I told
interacting
you I was
with
turned
women.
off. I seen two dudes sharing a plate of food. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, like it automatically.
Like,
right.
like, hold on. You
Men-
taking one French fry, he taking another
Exactly.
one. Like,
a
come
man
on.
interacting
Here,
with
you
another
bite
man
this,
is
baby.
like exactly.
No.
Try this. I put
Try
a little, I
this.
put a little ketchup on it for you, but you know, yeah, like you know what I'm saying? Like nah,
Like, no,
that
we
shit
ain't
don't.
down with
Yeah,
that.
that shit don't get that. Like,
No.
It's like if you took your fork, you was out with your homegirl, you took your fork, it'd be like, ooh, girl,
Here,
try
taste
this
this.
shit.
It's okay.
Yo, if one of my dudes fucking took a fork and was like, yo, son, try this piece of steak, that shit mad good. I'm like,
Better
yo,
say,
you
put
better
that fork
put that shit
down.
back down, bro. What are you
Let me get
doing,
my
man?
own piece of
Yo,
steak.
Let me get my
I
own
don't
piece
need
of
you
steak,
to feed
B.
me.
And matter of fact, I don't even want no motherfucking steak, nigga. You putting meat in your mouth. Get away from me with that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? It's like that standard. It's like that sits there and it's literally something that we don't hold the standards. It's even what we talked about last time. Like even the amount of sexual partners you had.
It's
That's a double
different.
standard.
It's a double standard.
Everything with sexuality and men and women don't sit in the same
They don't.
categories.
They don't.
The woman that has multiple sex partners, she's a hoe, she a slut, she
And
a
that's
freak.
what I hate when women
got a
say, I
different
do the same
body."
thing the men do. You can't.
Right.
You're a woman.
Only because of what society sets on women as standards for sexuality. But they don't put the same thing on men. Like you could hoe out and sleep with 30, 50, 100,000 women. Nobody
But if you
thinks
suck
about
a
it
dick,
different.
it's a different
But if you suck a dick, it's a different story.
It's a different story.
Exactly.
Right. And it's
the
just that
standard.
simple. I mean, I just don't see
Yeah.
myself. I don't know a man that would probably admit to me anyway, but like if I be like, okay, now you can't ask the question, are you gay now? The question is, have you sucked a dick?
Right, exactly. Or have you took it in the butt? Or
either
like,
way.
Right, like what have you done?
Most men gonna say either they ain't gonna take it, they probably give it.
Or give it, right. Like it's a shame that you gotta be so detailed in your response. But it's because of how we started it. Women's standards for sex, men's standards for sex,
it's a
totally,
double standard,
two totally different
whatever.
things. You can't hold it.
We'll be right back, because this is real juicy.
Yeah.
Yes.
But think about it. It's like anything that has to do with any of that stuff, it automatically gets.
Honey, what I think you need is a socket wrench.
I played JV basketball.
I'm sorry. I don't think it looks right.
This is good, and it's all good, baby.
Is it really all good?
If you love me enough to routinely test your handyman skills, not to mention the strength of your marriage, then of course you'll visit nhtsa.gov/therightseat to make sure I'm in the right car seat.
I'm gonna call my dad.
So, were you twirling your hair? Were you into it?
Right.
Were you just on the
were
tip?
you bobbing and weaving and shit?
Whatever. But welcome back.
Yo, we back. We still
Yes.
talking about the same thing. Like I told y'all, I knew it was something that was going to bring a lot of conversation, but yeah.
Okay, now
All right.
why do people hide their sexual preference? That is a question, because so many people do.
I think it goes back to how it kind of trickles into everything that we're talking about. Like, nobody, like if you're a man and you like men, nobody looks upon that well. If you're a woman and you like women, you're going to get some side eye, but it's a little bit more, it's more accepted. I think people don't admit their sexual preference due to acceptance. I think and people want to be accepted by friends, family, society, so forth and so on. So the things that you've done sexually for women, it unfortunately puts an unfair stigma against them. You know, as a man, if it's homosexual, it can put a unfair stigma against you. And then even if it's too extreme to an extent of the things that you've done, that gets a stigma attached to it as well.
Yeah, but I also feel like it's more for like the men will hide their sexual preference, because when you're born to be a boy and your father is looking at you as his son, he's looking for you to have kids, to do all of this. So he don't want to hear that, oh, his son like boys, because it would hurt him as a dad. He would feel some kind of way. And I have heard that before, where most men, gay men, hide their sexual preference to their fathers because they don't want to upset their dad. They don't want to upset their mom. Now, as far as women, we will accept our son being gay. If you come to us and be like, Mommy, I like boys, and I'd be like, well, son, long as you are being protective, long as you are taking care of yourself, love who you love. But on the father's side, he's upset. Yeah. He's angry. You have to deal with it. So it takes, I think most men hide their sexual preference that they like men with their dads because of the feedback and the kickback that they have to get from their fathers.
Let's take it from a different angle. Okay. Like, because right now we're focusing so much on homosexuality with men. Like, let's say I'm talking about even the stigmas of you enjoying things like you like to be tied up, you like to be spanked, you like to be choked a little bit, you like to be slapped. You want to, you know what I'm saying? You like to.
You have to communicate that to your partner.
Right, but look at how you just looked at me as I was laying down those lines.
Like,
hold on up. Right, like, dang, Harlem, see what
just
the fuck you been doing.
Say you want it.
Right, exactly. Like, even those things, even things outside of what we would call the norm of regular sex gets looked at like, damn, you want a chick to choke you? You want a man to tie you up? Like, why would you like being spanked? Like, what it's the taboo topics. Even those things, the taboo things when it comes to sexuality.
It need to be talked about, though. It need to be talked about.
I totally agree with that.
Well, sometimes it's not going to be talked about it because y'all just have to go into y'all sexual acts, and he be like, babe, let's try this. And I might be like, hey, let me flip you over. Let's try this. Or I might pull some toys into the bed. You know, but you have to be with the program unless you look at me crazy.
Using no toys
Actually,
on me.
it's so funny. I just heard of a story.
Hold up.
A client of mine
Keep
was
your
telling
toys
me,
to you.
I'm not going to mention no name,
Don't put no
but
toys
she was
on
with
me.
this one guy, and he liked his ass being licked. So that was the only guy who she been with.
Mm-hmm.
So the next guy who she dated, she went to the hotel, they had their sexual things, and she flipped him over.
To eat his ass.
And he was like, yo,
Whoa.
what are you
doing?
doing?
You got to have...
So he was like, hold on. And he told her, he said, baby, that's not normal sex.
Talk to your mate about
but
sex.
If she went into
right.
what she
what
knew,
what she learned.
So
right, exactly.
It is what it is.
But that goes into what's next. The
yes.
next topic. Like, how is it that how do you communicate those things when your sexual preferences are one thing and your significant others are maybe something totally different? I do believe you have to have that
That's
conversation.
when you get turned out.
Right,
Come
exactly,
on, bring
exactly.
it. Bring it, baby, bring it.
Right, exactly. I think
turn me out. I want to be turned out,
right,
damn it.
But somebody has to be open to it. Like, whatever it is, you have to be open to it.
The opposite have to be open.
But then also that goes back to the stigma part that we just talked about. Like the average dude, you know, I like mine with some seasoning, so you know I'm good with it. But if you want to try new things or something that you used to in it, and it's something that I haven't experienced before, certain things I'll be like, okay, let's try it. Let me see if I like it. Whereas a lot of times the average dude automatically starts, oh, so you want to try? Or you want to do...
He's looking for a Mary Poppins. That's what he's looking for.
Right, and I think that's a problem.
He's looking for a different type of chick.
That's a problem with most dudes, in my opinion.
Right.
You want a sex freak who only had sex with one or two dudes in her entire life.
But you're going to choose Mary Poppins.
Right, no.
Just the
listen,
housewife, take care of the kids. But... on the opposite side, that's the reason why she got to know her skills. She got to be a Pamela Anderson, pull out the whips and the chains.
Lady in the street, freak in the sheets.
And that's
There's
real.
Nothing wrong
that's
with
real.
That.
And
There's
it is
nothing
what
wrong
it
with that.
is.
There's nothing wrong with, I think, like, you can, personas outside the bedroom and personas inside the bedroom don't have to be the same thing. You don't have to be who you are in the privacy of your own home. Doesn't have to be who you are out in the streets. But I will say this, I think that is a mistake that both men and women both make. Because
you can't look at a person and tell how good they are in the bed.
No.
You just have to go there.
It's going to come with experience.
It's going to come with experience.
It's like, shit, you done went through your whole time, you done dated this person 2-3 years.
See, that's why hoes be getting wiped up.
Right, y'all get engaged and shit and all this other stuff. And this person don't know how to have sex. They not open to nothing.
They not them.
Everybody's not open. Everyone's not open to learning.
If they're not open, don't date them.
I can't teach you something that you don't want to learn. If you don't want to learn or you don't want to
play with it, she might open up. She haven't explored that part of her.
Listen, if no mean no, no mean no. Like,
yeah, you can't. Then you're gonna get a rape charge.
Exactly. So I can't say like, damn,
you're gonna get a rape charge.
Right, you gotta have that communication. Right, you gotta have that level of communication with your partners. And don't be afraid. Don't be afraid.
We just have to go there first and then see what we're lacking.
I don't care. You gotta talk about that because think about it. Like, just like that dude in that hotel room. He probably did the dude keep dating the chick? Or did he kick her to the curb? Or do you even know?
He kicked her to the curb.
Absolutely, right.
Because he wasn't down with that. He didn't want his ass licked.
Right.
And it's just that simple.
There you go.
Yeah, he was like, oh,
right. So
that ain't normal sex. Where are you getting that from?
Exactly.
Like, I don't get down like that.
Right, like what my normal sex is not going to be yours. So that's where you have to have those conversations. You got to talk about it. You have
People
to talk about it.
People don't talk about sex. They just go straight in.
Because it's so taboo as a topic. You just can't talk about sex. Sex is not taboo. Discuss it with each other. Talk to your partner about sex and what you like so that there's no surprises.
It's always going to be a surprise. Surprise!
We'll be back. That's a surprise.
Surprise!
Jason, let's go see your room.
What do you think? We kept it a little spare, so you can decorate it how you like.
Dinner.
Go.
Excellent. Yeah, I saw you guys out there.
We're the family. I thought you were on my team.
Put that booty.
She feel all of that shaking up in there. I
Get
keep
that
on
on the
saying
way.
that. Yes.
We're back.
Yes, we are. And it's so important of this next thing here, because so many people have it. And it's like, why is a beard so important?
You living the lie. You living the lie.
Well, they have to.
You don't
Certain
have
people.
to.
Well, you don't. You don't.
You don't have to.
And a beard is when you are gay and you have a wife as a cover up. You know, and you know it's a cover up because you're not having sex. You're going somewhere else to have sex with the same sex.
Mm-hmm.
So having a beard is just for image purpose, job related,
Right.
your homeboys, your parents,
your homegirls,
just
or whatever.
everything. You
Yeah.
just don't want nobody to know that you love the same sex. And how do so many people live that life? Because you're living a double life.
Yeah.
It's double.
Listen, the worst experiences that you ever have in your life is when you have to live a lie
And hide.
and hide who you really are as a person. There were parts, like there have been times in all of our lives where we've not been 100% honest with
I agree.
with who we were as people. And we put ourselves in relationships, we put ourselves in friendships, we put ourselves
All
in
the
situations
time.
where we were basically hiding who we were. And then not to say anything from a sexual standpoint, but just, you know, you hanging out with a certain crew of people, they like upscale shit, and you like, nah, man, I like this ratchet shit. Like,
And
I don't
then
want to go to
you hide that
right,
part and you go to your
hide
ratchet
that,
folks.
you go to these shits, and then you gotta go hide and hang out with the other crew. And it's like, man, forget that. Be who you are. Don't, and because it's worse that you have to live a lie for yourself, and then you have to turn around and live a lie for another person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Really
Like,
sad.
you have to live a lie for another person. Another person is living the life that they want. They're being honest with who they are as a person, but they're basing their honesty off of your lie. And that's even worse.
I don't know how they can do it. I mean, you know, you have a wife and the kids at home.
Yeah, like a
and
whole
you
picket
go
fence.
out and you receive head and your
You right, you
relationship
at-
is with another man.
Right, you had the bulldog on fucking
and you
got
gotta pay for that privacy
Like,
too.
what
It
the
don't
fuck?
come free, because I'm gonna tell you.
Right, it's
I
not
have
even-
a lot of gay friends and they get paid very well for their privacy.
And it's not even,
it's
you know
real.
what the funny thing about it? It's not even always the financial parts of it. It's
But
the
on their
dick,
notes,
it's the
they
dipping,
do it.
Right, they do, I'm sure, but it's
They get
the
paid more than the
dipping
women.
and diving, the buildup of lies, the cover-up situations. It's
That's
all
with
the
the man
shit.
who's hiding, who needs the
But
beard.
that's the women too.
Yeah.
Like if you gay and you know that shit,
I don't
and you
know
don't
too
want,
many
and
women
you don't,
that
and you
need
don't
a
like
beard,
the and you
though.
don't like the stigma of the shit, then why deal with it?
Yeah.
Why
But I don't
make
know too
that?
many women that do it.
I don't know any.
I don't
I don't know
like I said-
anybody. I don't know anybody knowingly. I don't know anybody on either side of this fence.
Well, I
But I've
know
heard
some
heard
men,
of it
yeah.
before. I don't understand with things being so acceptable in today's society. So for example, if you like threesomes, tell your partner, because then at the end of the day, because guess what? You can find this.
A male can't say he like a threesome with two men and a woman.
Because
he
of
gonna
that
say with two women
Here's
because
my
of the
thing.
stigma again.
Hold on. Here's my thing. There are more than enough people in this world. We have billions of people on this earth.
Okay.
You can find somebody that like the same shit you like. Like I don't care what nobody say. You don't have to marry any man or any woman just to prove the point that you heterosexual. If you like being bisexual, then you find you a girl
Or whatever
who's
your
into
preference
that shit.
is, whatever you like the
thank
most.
you. There's somebody out there for every single preference.
And I agree. So that's the reason why I'm about to talk about my juice box next, because
Oh,
yes.
oh,
It's basically what he already been talking about all day. But I want to know what turns your world. Is it, and I mean like you have met Sunshine.
Ooh.
Like what happens if you met Sunshine? Like which one is better? Is the head or is it the pussy that makes Sunshine just come to life? Where you call and be like, I ain't coming home. Like all of that.
Hey, Barbara.
When you sell everything,
hey, Barbara, it's Richie.
you get rid of keys.
Hey, put your mom on the phone. You know that shit is bad because that nigga talked to his kids first.
Right.
He talked to his kids first. A lot of people don't realize how crazy that scene was.
Yes, it was the best scene
said,
ever.
Hey, it's daddy. Put your moms on the phone. Hey, Barbara, this Richie. I ain't never coming home. Take it easy.
Right.
And hung up the phone.
What is
it? He was like, yeah.
He was happy.
He was like, yeah, I did a good thing just now.
So what is the good? Is it good pussy or good head that makes you want to say, forget it all?
For me,
I'm going with Sunshine.
I love head probably more than the average guy. No, probably a little bit more.
But do it turns your world?
No, but that good pussy. Oh my God. Oh, let me tell you something. Some good pussy. Man, I'll be, girl. when you
Suck
come
this
in,
thumb, I guess.
Right. Listen. It goes back to what I said earlier. Like you cannot be afraid of what is that could come from getting something good. Like people are afraid of getting something good, and the thought process is, I couldn't imagine losing it. So you do shit to fuck it up. Or you maybe not intentionally, but you just do shit that just like, you know
but
what?
Sunshine shouldn't do that
like
to
Sunshine
you.
got good pussy, but I can't make her think she got good pussy.
No.
I can't but that happens. That happens, right? Like
Here
that
we
does that
go
not
again.
happen? Men
Don't
and women
hide your
both. Men and
feelings.
women both. We both do that shit.
You're going to lose the most
We
important
both
thing.
do that shit. Yes.
No.
You be like, damn, this nigga turning out my fucking world. He fucking me to no end. He giving me
But
the
women
sick-
to put
Wait,
themselves out
hold on,
there.
hold on.
When
She
do
giving
a
me the
man
sex-
put themselves
but
out
I
there and
can't-
really
but
call
I can't,
in?
I can't let him know. Like I can't.
Oh, we do it all the time.
Y'all
Women do
don't-
it all the
you-
time.
women-
I
a
know
lot
so
of
many women that do it.
Some women do it, but not. I don't think it's to the magnitude of what you think it is.
But what is
But
it that will
dudes-
make you do
oh,
it?
no,
that
dudes-
are just like, what is the ultimate like?
Because-
you climbing up the wall.
Yes, give me that
and you
thing.
thinking about it all
the
day.
time,
I'm gonna
yes.
tell you, my first
I want
time
that.
I ever got turned out, I was at work and I thought he was under my desk.
Yes.
And I was just like, oh, shake
right.
up out of it. I was
want
like,
that.
hold up, shake out
Give
of
me
it.
that.
I thought he was under my
I
desk
want
playing
it.
with me.
Whatever it
I
is,
couldn't even
I
answer the
want
phone.
it.
I was like,
Exactly. If I'm calling you all the time,
that's how I was. I was like, hold on.
I want it. Give it to me. I want it.
We had a great show today.
We had a great show today.
Yes.
Everything was. We talked about a lot of good topics, a lot of things we talked about. Please, like I say every week, hit us up on all of our socials. Black Taboo 69 on Facebook, on Instagram. Hit our YouTube channel, Black Taboo 6969.
subscribe.
It's so nice. You got to get it twice. Hit it all up. Reply, comment, subscribe. We want to hear from y'all. We want to get your ideas. We want to see it all. We want to see it all. I want to see it all. Every time. Every week. All the time. Support your friends. All of our friends out there that know us, all of you need to be following us. All of you. And I'm not going to call your names out. So
You hear that?
For this week of Black Taboo, closing out, I'm Harlem C.
Tricey Trice.
And we will see y'all next week.
Love you. Yes.
Give it to me, girl. Ow.